I'm not straight. Not like that. But I mean, yes, but not like that. Hi, hello. So in Shane's new video, he said he was too lazy to go through the Apple terms of service.
I mean, tell us they do. You know that 50-page accept thing that nobody's
That's
ever
what,
read?
yeah.
It might be in there.
Yeah, it's on like page 37.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna read it. This
No.
is a conspiracy video.
Neither is
I'm too lazy.
I did. Because I have no fucking life. Honestly, I wasn't surprised by most of this. I had to go back a couple of iOS's. Apple splits their terms of service into, they first have iTunes and App Store, then they have every single iOS that they've made. Then they have all the computer software. Then they have one for the Apple Watch, and then they have one for all that shit. So the one I went to, or the ones I went to, are all the ones for the phone. And the part that we need to pay attention to is specifically consent to use of data. Now, Apple has slowly made this portion shorter, so I had to go back to like iOS 6 to get the long version of this. I think I'm on iOS 6. I went through all of the fucking iOS's, so I don't know which one I'm on, but they're all on Apple's site. So if you want to figure it out, go ahead and check. I'm too lazy to figure it out. Slowly but surely, Apple has made this part shorter, and they send you to the privacy policy, which I'll go through that too. So consent to use of data. They go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H being the privacy policy. And it starts off with diagnostic data, which is basically saying that it can send stuff to Apple for diagnostic usage. Apple and its partners and licensees may transmit, collect, maintain, process, and use your location data, including the real-time and geographic location of your iOS device, road travel speed information, and location search queries. So basically, it knows where you are, the speed you drive at, and all that shit. Next, Siri and dictation. This is the whole thing with being able to hear when you say, "Hey Siri," you consent to Apple and its subsidiaries. I'm reading this. Do I completely understand every word? No, not exactly. So you give consent for them to transmit, collect, maintain, process, and use information, including your voice input, user data, including your first name, nickname, the names, nicknames, and relationship with you. I know what this means, but I don't. The phrasing of it is very confusing, which makes sense because makes sense. Okay, so your device will also send Apple information like your first name, the nickname you give yourself through Siri, the names and nicknames of all your friends on Siri. So when you call your dad, they send that to Siri. So to Siri, to Apple. Address book contacts, and your song name. So you can be like, Siri, play Deep Throat. Now Apple knows all your songs too. Some of this information is non-personal information and some is personal information. So while some of it is saved as you and it has your name on it, other is just saved as your phone, which should be comforting. And then D and E are FaceTime and iMessage, which is basically you're agreeing that they can collect, maintain, process, and use identifiers such as your email, hardwire identifier of your iOS device, and your phone telephone number, and your Apple ID, and shit like that. Also on the iMessage one, it's saying Apple may hold your iMessages in encrypted form for a limited time period. Next, F is PhotoStream. By using the PhotoStream feature on iCloud, you agree Apple may store your photos taken on your iOS device or uploaded from your computer for a limited period of time. So also your photos are being saved for a period of time. Internet-based advertising is basically saying Apple can give information to advertisers. Apple may provide mobile internet-based advertising for you. If you don't want to receive relevant ads on your iOS device, you can opt out by going to the link on your iOS device. Ooh woo. Apple.com. I'm sorry. Also, another thing, I was surprised by this. Every time you go through Apple and sign their thing, you instantly sign the YouTube terms of service. Didn't realize every time I was getting an iPhone, I was signing the YouTube terms of service over again. But H is the privacy policy, which is a whole nother thing. You may be asked to provide your personal information anytime you're in contact with Apple. They may also combine it with other information to provide and improve our product. They have your personal information, and then they have all this other information on you. So some is personal, the stuff like your photos and all the shit that they're using for apps is supposed to be non-personal. But even in this thing, they're saying, hey, we may combine this shit. But also, I'm pretty sure they mean it in a way where it's like, hey, we may combine your stuff with other people's stuff for better performance. I don't know. We'll just go with it, guys. This is just a list of everything on here that there's information we collect. Name, mailing address, phone number, email address, contact preferences, device identifiers, IP address, location information, credit card information. Information you provide about people such as name, mailing address, email address, phone number, government issued ID. If you give them that. In certain jurisdictions, we may ask for a government-issued ID in limited circumstances, including when you set up a wireless account and activating your device. Occupation, language, zip code, area code, unique device identifier, referral, location, time zone where an Apple product is used so that we can better understand customer behavior and improve our products. Activities on our website. So if you're using Apple's website, just realize they are monitoring how much you use their website. This is a lot. I've never written this much even for school, guys. And then there's a nice thing in the privacy policy which says it may be necessary by law for Apple to disclose your personal information, purposes of national security, law enforcement, blah, 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 so the government can get your shit no matter what. The most shocking thing in this for me is that I had to sign the YouTube terms of service. In this, you also sign a thing where it's like, there's gonna be bad stuff on the internet if you go on it, and Apple is not responsible if you see, like, porn. Another fun tidbit. The font of this is just so small. Like, that's tiny.